This is boring.
Los is near the ceiling. Alistair is gonna hang back with when he sees Junker and Ghost hanging back, he's gonna hang back with them. What are you doing? His tower shield and puts it down in front of him. We'll be back here, Barnabus. Good luck.
In this duty, just scream if you need help.
That's one thing you can count on the nobility for. Courage.
Los casts mage armor. Don't worry, I'm here with you.
Barnabas is going to cast mage armor as well. Doesn't have all this stuff. He is going to use. Oh, he should have bought a spell. He's not going to do that again. Take charges off a wand. Okay. He would have healed himself up right after.
Yeah, you guys would have been healed up that evening. Chagga's good enough channels.
Okay. So
and he can channel both ways because versatile channel is a thing.
That's an awesome.
You need a neutral god?
Yep.
That's walking a line with your alignment. That's cool.
I don't know if you need a neutral god, but it definitely allows you to switch your channels. So,
I think you need a god that allows for both evil and generally
good.
neutral.
Yeah.
Good and evil, and your character needs to be neutral as well.
And we've house ruled that it doesn't diminish your channel because channels are pretty.
Easy to start with.
Yeah.
Especially after getting a taste of what it looks like in Second Ed.
Yeah. Okay, Chagga is basically hiding behind his tower shield with his party around him in a gauntlet. Los is floating around at the ceiling looking down at things. Los is a rogue, so he can technically help you with traps if that's the route you're going to try to take.
Well, we'll start with that.
We're going to pry it open? We're going to just stick something in there and poke it open?
We're going to have a look at it first, alright?
Okay, he floats
see if
down.
It's trapped in any
looking.
way. We're going to check it for magic, identify, all that sort of thing.
Right.
And then we'll open it up.
Okay.
So we'll start with an identify first.
Grakkel, what are you doing?
Grakkel's hanging around. If there's demons that might pop out.
You just got your sword out and you're waiting?
No, it's in his scabbard.
Is it his scabbard?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's resting his hand on it.
Yeah, Los has got his sword out. He seems to be a little less disciplined. He's like waving it about and poking at things and using it to point.
I've trained in pulling that.
Yeah.
He's got that's.
Yeah. Los is not the shining beacon of discipline that you are.
Get a little closer.
Okay. Which strange pod are you looking at first?
We will look at the large one with the weapons first.
Okay, can we put it in a place that we can be flanking it if it pops out?
Sure.
Okay.
Like to be in a good position in case it decides to attack you. Los and I can.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
The demon seed is radiating the faintest of conjuration magic, which just seems to be like leaking from it, and it is not a magic item that can be identified.
All right. Fair enough. Let's check it for traps or wards, that sort of thing. No. Helps if I'm there.
I can aid, auto aid.
All right, so 28.
Right now, the demon seed, at least this one, actually both of them, are very, very compact. They are hard to the touch, and a lot of the extraneous kind of veiny material on the outside is very solid. The liquid looks like it's under a pressure inside of the egg.
Okay.
It is not flickering very fast. Like there's just every once in a while there's sort of like a little pulse of what you're getting at, Barnabas, is that's actually the magic. It's almost like this thing is got a chaotic energy about it that is acting like a life force.
All right. Okay. What's the purpose of the life force?
Okay.
Uh, what the fuck? Is it knowledge planes?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just take 20 then. Got a couple. One left. Two left. So 44. Oh, and I'll take my inspiration point too. So 48.
A life force was used in the construction of or laying, you're not sure, of the demon seed. The life force is still inside the demon seed. By giving this thing life, it technically has a name and therefore can be summoned or conjured.
All right, and we stop the experiments now. All right, everyone, take a break. Going to be consulting the books for a while, looking for names.
The life force in this thing is very weak. You think that it's either a soul that the abyss got a hold of,
Or it was like a sacrifice?
or was like a petitioner of the abyss that was used up in the creation of a demon seed.
Okay, so it's nothing to worry about, probably.
But the egg itself is alive.
Okay.
One soul was used for each of the eggs, or the seeds.
No, I think we got this, actually.
Oh, you don't want to read the books, huh?
I think we got this.
He doesn't want to read the books!
I'm going to read the books, just not now.
Take a page out of the Book of Los, the best swordsman ever. Well, I will be.
Second best.
But
But you're training good. He quickly goes for his sword.
Los like, oh. And there's a flicker in Los's ghost form, and he's got the sword in the other hand, and it goes back to the other hand.
I was going to put my dog out for 2 seconds. Hang on.
Good. Let's be prepared.
No, you gotta be prepared.
Yeah, I'm always prepared. I sleep like this.
Los smiles. I don't have to sleep anymore. And I can do this, and he dips into the ground.
You win.
Comes up behind you. Barnabus is thinking deeply. For some reason, the thoughts of his childhood dog comes to mind, and he's distracted by his own thoughts.
You're tuned to Zumi playing some sort of word game from childhood.
Pick up sticks or something.
Exactly.
Is everything all right over there?
Yeah, just give me a second here. I'm going to...
Is that true? You're not going to read a book first?
I think I know enough based on what I'm seeing here, that will be fine. That being said, weapons ready.
Okay, you now have Los's and Grakkel's attention because Los and Grakkel were starting to horseplay around. Life
Right.
force. Life means that a thing has needs. Life tends to be hungry.
So we will feed it some blood.
Okay.
Slice his hand. And squeezes it over the egg.
All right, you
There
do.
we go.
1 point
Mama
of
wants
damage.
you to eat.
Which one are you doing it over?
The weapons, the big one.
Okay, you're dropping blood into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it gets excited. The bluish chaotic flash is starting to thrum like a heartbeat, and you notice that some of the material begins to grow around it, grow and move, and there is definitely some sort of absorption going on. The blood hits
What are you doing?
the blood hits the top of the egg and just sort of goes inside, and you can see it being absorbed into the liquid inside of the seed, and you're waking it up. Although Barnabus, you think you're going to have to feed it much more than the few drops that have come out of the end of your finger.
All right. We got any guts left from the Hydra?
Yeah, unless. Well, yeah, you guys haven't gone to the marketplace for that. It's still sitting outside.
Go get me meat and blood.
You intend on letting this thing come to life?
Yeah.
All right, prepare for battle. You go down, chop a couple of pounds. Yeah.
Okay, you go digging
Make
around
a
in its
meat nest for it.
you go digging around on its insides and come up with a bunch of slabs of meat from the Hydra. Does it have to be alive or dead?
Well, technically, once the blood leaves me, it's just the same as this, so we shall see.
I might have some of the duck gizzards and things still from the kitchen. I could go down and...
Well, we'll see how fresh it needs to be.
Okay. Chagga collects some of the things that weren't suitable for eating, and there's a big slab of day-old Hydra meat, and then there's a bucket full of chicken innards.
Bits. All right, time to get bloody.
Chagga backs away.
Take some of the Hydra meat and just starts like smearing it on top.
Can we place it here so that Los and I can?
Yeah, right, fine. Let's put it here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Things like that. Okay,
you
good.
are able to feed this thing blood. It seems to leach any of the meat of blood, turning it gray. And when you splash the innards on it, they all kind of shrivel up like it's absorbing
The blood,
the
moisture.
blood or nutrients from the carcasses. Let's see if this is enough. 3, it's enough. 1, it doesn't even begin to open up. It hungrily eats the bits of creatures that you provide it, but seems to be nowhere near blossoming open into its foul abyssal flower.
All right, this one is a big one. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stuff it in the fucking Hydra.
I do not know how you are, Professor.
It's called experimentation.
That's what I was gonna say.
And that was a very good idea.
Still below.
Okay, are you taking
Stuff
it
it in the
down,
Hydra.
or are you getting Mort to haul the Hydra corpse up?
Mortal haul the egg down. Barnabus
Okay.
is scared to drop it. So.
All right, so you guys go outside, and the rest of the party will be inside or just outside and away.
Probably just outside and away, I'm guessing.
Outside and away.
There is a gentle summer rain.
When we're outside, this part is not protected by the sanctum-y stuff, right?
Which sanctum?
Or am I drunk? I thought there was a mage's sanctum in this place, or am I confused?
Not here.
Nope.
Confused.
So you're kind of standing outside in this little veranda area.
If people could spy on us if they
People
wanted.
could
Yeah.
see you guys right now. Yeah.
That being said, our particular tower has a reputation, given there's a psychotic, like, 12-year-old that shoots people with a crossbow if you're on the wrong side of the road.
Okay, so
All right, so you shove the strange pod up the backside of the hollowed-out Hydra body, and at first there's nothing that happens, but then all of a sudden the Hydra body, like, starts to lose its color. Like, it's going from red to, like, a really, really whitish pink. And
Okay.
the strange pod is leaching the blood and living matter, I guess, from the abyssal Hydra. You guys have it shoved up pretty far. And then all of a sudden you hear this kind of, like, there's a rapid pulsing of light, and you hear kind of like a squishy crack, kind of as something opens, and then there's, as you go and check on it, there's this foul stench that is coming out of the Hydra. It is the worst egg stink bomb that you've smelled. Barnabus, what's your fort save?
It's decent for a wizardy type. +8. Got a 15.
Okay, Barnabas loses his dinner, unfortunately, as he spends the next 20 seconds or so just off to the side hurling. Like some sort of, you're thinking while you're in the middle of like hurling, like some sort of localized stinking cloud.
Okay.
But you did see that the egg had opened.
As he's retching, he's like, got it.
All right, it's slimy. The pulses have begun to die down, and it's just an iridescent sort of slight charge in parts of the egg where it was mostly alive before. The egg thing might be dying.
All right. Barnabas opens up the Hydra and pulls out the egg.
Okay, kind of heaves it out. Yeah, it's leaking all over the place, but it definitely split open along the top, kind of like the facehugger eggs from Alien.
Beauty.
And you notice that the pommels of all the weapons are facing up.
Oh, he wants to. Yeah, he pulls one of them out.
Okay.
Victorious.
You pull out an abyssal steel battle axe, medium sized.
Huh. Got it.
Okay. Get the next one.
And he pulls the rest out one by one.
You pull out an abyssal steel warhammer. Both these weapons all three of the weapons are masterwork.
Okay. The next.
The next is an abyssal steel heavy pick.
×5 crit pick.
Damn.
I don't suppose one of them's going to be a small Tetsubo, because that would be really nice.
Nope, they are all medium-sized weapons.
All right.
Because small Tetsubos are things that you just find
Everywhere. They're all over the place. I don't know.
Trip on one every day.
The last is the quiver.
Okay. Open it up.
It is a quasit body that has been fashioned into a quiver, and his mouth has been pulled back for the entry hole, and there's a bunch of fletched arrows inside.
Okay. Is that magical by any chance?
Yeah,
Detect magic?
the quiver is magical. It has a moderate conjuration on it.
This one's magic. We'll have to identify that proper light. Sets that to the side.
Are you gonna? There are 12 arrows inside of it.
Okay, you'll pull up one of the arrows.
Okay, the arrow is. Oh, yep, that's an abyssal steel arrowhead.
So if one were to have abundant ammunition, that's mean.
Times 4 crit arrows.
Times 4 crit arrows, that's gross.
And any archer worth his weight takes improved critical as a feat.
Oh. Well, those would be handy, won't they? All right. I'm guessing there's not enough left in this Hydra for our little friend here.
The Hydra is completely bleached, and the strange pod has stopped giving off light.
All right, the pod will put to the side. I'm assuming it's garbage, but maybe its parts are good for something. And the Hydra's bleached. How rude would it be if I just killed someone's horse?
Los laughs.
All right, we'll go buy a horse. How about that? I don't need you. This one's so much smaller.
Why don't you go to back of butcher shop?
Well, because the horse will walk itself here versus my carrying things, which, as you well know, I don't enjoy.
Okay, you go quickly into the market area in the foreign market, and a regular riding horse is 75 gold.
Or a mule.
A mule, yeah, a donkey or a mule is 8 gold pieces.
That's much more like it. There we go.
What a naggish last legs.
All right, so you find a naggy old fucking mule for 6 gold pieces.
6 gold pieces. All right. He looks at Mort. Mort,
It's 3 legs.
fuck off.
I think I have a donkey token too.
Well, it's not going to be around for long. So
Donkeys are cute little things.
Where is everyone?
No, back up at the tower there.
You're back indoors.
Do it right in the fucking market. Just kill it.
So
Shove that
you're
thing
you're in the lab, and you bring the mule all the way upstairs. Okay.
Sure.
It's really like it's stubborn. You almost have to drag it around. It doesn't like the presence of Los, so Los poking it in the butt kind of gets it moving. It immediately starts like chewing on anything within reach.
Oh, More, just put it with the hit it. All right. Mort comes around.
Okay, it starts to try to like chew on the like a little loop on the handle of your Tetsubo.
Mort beats it in the head a few times.
You're basically killing it.
Yeah.
Okay, you kill the mule, assuming over top of the strange pod.
Yep.
Dumping the body on top of the strange pod. Oh, the pod likes that. It flutters in excitement and immediately rips open. Like the speed at which is very fast compared to you trying to use already dead organic material. You're pretty sure you just sacrificed a donkey to a abyssal demon seed.
No.
This one is different. There's a horrible, like, blast of black spores that explode in a 20-foot radius around the pod.
This is bad.
This side of the room, we're not moving.
Okay. Each of you needs to make a fortitude save, DC 18. I believe Los is immune.
I would imagine.
I'm immediate action using my charmed life.
Yep. This is to see which random disease you're going to get.
Ah, +8. Oh, and that one for Barnabus.
Yeah, you just got a face full of spores. I think I breathed some in.
Oh, I gotta see Mort's small.
Oh,
Small save.
Yeah,
There we go. +13.
nah, I'm fine.
Grackle's fine. He just moves away and covers his mouth.
Yeah, Mort's fine.
Mort lives in dirt, so it's just not
Hey,
effective.
wouldn't you cover your mouth?
Could you
There's
give me a
obviously-
D10? If you roll 10, you're rolling twice.
Ah. I guess bubonic plague.
10. Roll twice. If you get duplicates, the
I ate it.
the DC is increased.
1
Alright. 1 is blinding sickness,
and 7.
and you have something called red ache.
Shouldn't have gone to the clubs yesterday.
There's something about wrapping it up somewhere in here, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so blinding sickness. So you failed your save. You have blinding sickness. DC 18 blinding sickness. Put that at the top of your top of your sheet,
Okay.
and you are. In 3 days, you will have this. And then red ache. Also put that at the top of your sheet.
Yep.
And also in 3 days, it will be obvious.
And the DC on that one?
Also 18.
Also 18?
Right now, it's just you cough lots as you got some of the spores in your face. The spores cling to things. Some of them float around the room. Unless you're doing something really bad, it
No.
somewhat dissipates.
He just gets out of the cloud and lets it.
Yep.
That was unfortunate.
The talon thing is still just inside the pod.
Well, let's just pull that out then.
Which apparently, after they feed and rip themselves open, they begin to die. The life cycle is complete, Simba.
Okay.
The reproduce part. It's a very weird life cycle.
He pulls out the claw.
Okay, you have this strange wand or rod-like device in your hand that is fashioned from the claw of a rock.
All right, let's start some identifications then. Before I go blind
And get the red haze.
and get the red ache.
Okay. Spellcraft check.
Spellcraft. Oh, wait too far. Plus with identify spell. Plus 28. So the first one, we'll say the rod. Got a 40.
Okay, this thing is called the Talon of Contagion. It is Eternal Wand of Contagion. Once per day, DC 18. You can cast the spell. And when held, all disease-based spells, spell-like abilities, supernatural abilities, and effects are at plus 2 DC.
Okay then. That's awful.
And that's the
Kill it with
only
fire.
thing, aside from the spores that you unleashed, that are in this strange abyssal demon seed.
Okay. And the quiver and
Oh, the
arrows.
quiver. Go ahead.
I'm a sorcerer, so I can do this all day. 42.
You have to identify.
I do have identity. It's actually a bloodline spell for me.
So one cast can identify does your caster level in items.
Oh, well, there we go.
Just so you know, it's better than it used to be. It used to be real expensive life.
Yes, it was awful, actually. It's like, fuck, do I really want to know that bad? Can I just swing the sword around for a while and figure it out what it does?
Does it feel good? Does it feel good when I swing it?
Do I feel ooky picking it up?
Per sword -5.
Okay, this is the Quasit Soul Quiver. It produces 1 abyssal steel arrow per day. It holds 12 arrows. The arrows disappear 4 rounds after being drawn.
It's not bad at all. Not bad in the least.
Those are ×3 crit arrows. No, ×4 crit arrows.
Times 4 crit arrows, yeah.
And then if you're a weapon master, you get the extra bonus crit. So the high level weapon master would draw the ×5 crit arrow.
The other abyssal weapons were not magical, but they are masterwork in quality. They could bear enchantment.
Hey, I got a question. What's so special about this stuff?
Mort, you're as a warrior with high bab, you see the practical uses immediately. It's almost like
Still do real tier damage if he gets in there.
You've seen obsidian and how it kind of like could get really sharp, but it's sort of like grooved like a glass would be. That's sort of what I imagine abyssal steel's like. You can't really make it super sharp because it's already sort of jagged and nasty. Like keen won't work on it. Improved crit will though.
Can you work this steel? I mean, like a blacksmith. Can they work this?
Oh well, any metal can be reforged, I suppose.
He's looking at his Tetsubo and he's looking at these things. Can I have these?
Oh, I use weapons, says Chagga.
What's
I wouldn't mind a nice thing for me to wave around, and you can make bullets out of.
Yeah, but we want to actually hit things with this.
I need true strike.
There's a hammer, an axe, and what else?
A battle axe, a warhammer, and a heavy pick.
I only need one, I guess. Maybe two. Maybe two.
Well, I actually could use any of those weapons, just as is.
Yeah, but I want it like this.
The heavy pick
like
is
my
interesting.
baby. Stroking the Tetsubo.
Chagga would definitely upgrade his one-handed weapon to an abyssal steel heavy pick.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
For the ludicrous damage once in a while.
Junker and Ghost are doing the Nezumi version of Rochambeau.
For the
Yep.
Ghost picks up the quiver.
Yeah, I'll put that on the quiver. Effectively, they share the same square, so Junker, if he needed to, could draw arrows from Ghost. Yeah. All right, I'll move those directly onto Ghosts.
They didn't consult anyone else. They just.
Well, no, I don't think anyone was gonna. Hey, take it from you, or try to.
Yeah, the talent of contagion's a bit ooky. I don't know if anyone's.
Yeah, that is pretty ooky. It's not. I don't think it's a Barnabus type thing.
Anti-paladin spell.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think the rest of the party is always a little concerned what Alistair's going to do.
All right, Chagga's going to pick up the pick. He's just going to, unless anyone's yelling at him by doing so, he's He's already got a +1 heavy pick. I think this one just is gonna...
When he finishes off fools, they're really finished off.
Yeah. It's going to be the weapon he uses when he does his telekinetic combat.
Yep. Blood Rager, Cleric, Druid, Contagion. You could have a diseased Druid.
Junker is a diseased druid. Junker is a urban druid who eats garbage for temporary hit points. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
That's funny, yeah.
So...
Yeah, he could.
Okay, the Talon of Contagion. I think Junker is...
The rats made out like, well, the bandits they are.
Like thieving rats.
No.
Okay, that's going under his slotless. And then it sounds like you're going to take one of the weapons to reforge.
Yeah. He'll take the Warhammer, I guess. That'll be all steel.
Okay. And then the battle axe just sits in the...
Well, we can sell it, I guess, if no one else wants it.
Well, what about you, Grakkel? Couldn't you fashion a sword out of this abyssal steel? Or would that be against your religion or whatnot?
No, it is actually quite effective, but what's the crit range? Wait, could I make it?
Dude, you have the best thing, because you can't make it keen, but you have a power that basically gives you improved crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what would the crit range be on this thing?
It'd be the same crit range as a regular one.
15-20?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
20 times 3 crit? Yes, the answer is yes. You
The
said
answer is you want this so badly, you don't even know it.
Okay, I put the abyssal steel battle axe on your character sheet under your weapons. Just... Okay.
So we'll take some... This would be quite useful, yeah.
Do you guys keep track of a library somewhere? Yeah, 12 volumes of Hallomark's library is in your...
Barnabus is going to have to start going through those too.
Yep.
That's pretty pimp. Times 3 damage, oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Already, we're getting 50s here, guys, before the dice.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just some junk. I don't know if, we just put it in the sell pile. Does anyone...
If there are any potion, I will take them, because I have no magic.
Do you have a masterwork dagger, Grakkel? Or...
I'd like to say yes.
You need one?
I have a masterwork dagger. Yes, I do.
All right. Somebody helped you build your character. Okay, you've got some stuff that just ends up lying around the tower. All right, what now? Now that you've cracked open these abyssal seeds, these demon seeds.
Well, I think we will take samples of the eggs.
Okay, add them to your sheet.
Will do.
There's like 70 pounds of it, so you can take...
Yeah, he doesn't want 70 pounds of it. He'll have like 5.
But within moments after opening, the life force seems to drain from the place and drain from the eggs, and they just seem to be like discarded shells.
What is the aquarium looking thing?
Which one?
The blue and gold square on the 3rd floor.
It's a bathtub. This thing is filled with a solution that is a mixture of mercury and unholy water that you realize the lich had used to transform himself into a lich, because you found the same substance in the basement. you've saved it because you think it's important, and your low level thoughts were.
We could do the same thing Slake would do with the devil to an angel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like just sitting there. You're not too sure exactly what to do with it.
We have a bucket of evil. It's not to hide our evil stink for those who have it.
Is there anything else we need to do with these demon seed things, or are you?
No, I think we can dispose of them.
Please, no breakfast with these eggs.
No,
We'll scramble them up nice and not notice it with the
this
bacon
isn't
on.
yolk, or this isn't egg. This is something else entirely. Chagga says he grabbed like a laboratory spoon and was like
Just
a
to
ladle
be
and just.
sure.
No, this is not edible. I wouldn't eat it. And look at me.
Yeah, it's not good. We're just throwing it out. It's garbage.
Okay, so after you take your samples, you're just hucking out the eggs, or are you
Yep.
keeping them inside as curios, or?
We'll keep the small one for a curio. I think the big one can go unless it like continues to stink.
The spore one didn't stink as bad. It just had a bunch of spores that exploded out. The other one is reeky.
Okay, then that one's got to go. And we'll prestidigitate the other one clean because the spores aren't good. We know that much.
Okay. You don't ask Mort where he disposes of things. He doesn't say.
Run down sewers.
Wander around town, stuffing it down random sewers because we're
There's
that
a bunch of,
party.
random flooding from crap.
Right. Fucking.
The sewer drain is blocked. I don't know what happened.
What the fuck is this?
It's a dried up nag in this hole. What the fuck?
Barnabus, you begin to read the books, and while you don't have the complete tale, you do get this. You do get the part of the story that these demon seeds were actually plucked from not one but two different locations in remote islands that Professor Hallomark had visited along with the Inquisitors of the Five-Faced God. They pieced together that these Nagaji and Hobgoblin, there were two different groups. They were demon worshippers, but they both had rituals that aren't written down, but they both had rituals that allowed them to summon demons. And rituals were indeed used to summon demon seed. There is a demon seed summoning ritual.
That's kind of cool for neutral people.
The contents of demon seeds are as chaotic and random as the abyss themselves.
That's not so cool.
The purpose of which the books suggest that they believe that the demon seeds are a tool of the blood war, and that the Tanari use them to supply troops and to wreak chaos across the plains.
All right.
They're just as they might have provisions or equipment or diseases or actual demons that hitch rides in them, monsters. The books do not say how demon seeds are created, but they are a thing.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of ooky overall.
These abyssal, like Professor Hallomark and the ship of Inquisitors spent a lot of time tracking down where these abyssal cults were on Volcanica, and they believe that with the conquest of the large peninsula of jungles, They forced a lot of the abyssal worship into these remote islands, or they were already on the remote islands, and this is where they were found. A terrifying tool of some great war between the different axes of law and chaos in the lower planes.
Yeah, I guess so. One summoned a baby Nabazoo.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
These were likely brought back from 2 different locations. That made the Inquisitors fearful and probably desirous of even going out further. It also suggested that these, while remote and much different cultures, somehow communicated, and the theory was once a Tanari was unleashed, the Tanari had knowledge as to where all these temples were, and because greater Tanaris can teleport at will, they were able to communicate rituals, even though they were dealing with 2 different races, languages, cultures of demon worshippers.
Okay.
This further suggests that Volcanica is on the periphery of the Blood War.
Okay then. Not a good place to be. Okay.
Barnabus spends the next few days reading.
Till he can't see anymore.
And starts to get really sick. The first let's go to the blinding sickness, and then the did I close all the tabs? Damn it. Yeah.
Red Rover, Red Ache.
Red ache and blinding sickness. Let's do red ache first.
All right.
So you go to bed early on the 3rd night, you wake up, and you are very weak. You've taken 4 strength damage.
Oh, I
From the
don't
red
have
ache.
that much to spare.
You've got a bunch of red, really aggressive red chicken pox, and your joints ache. And then the blinding sickness.
I'm guessing it makes you blind. Call me crazy.
Effect
Blind.
1d4 strength damage. If more than 2 strength damage, target must make an additional fort save or be permanently blind. So 1d4 strength damage is 1 strength damage for a total of 5 strength damage.
Oh.
And if more than 2 strength damage,
So he's still good.
but he already has.
But he's
strength
saying about
damage
it because
from-
I already took 4 from the. I took 4 basically at the same time as the other one.
Yeah, you're weak.
Give me a fort save. This is the abyss. The shit abyss should be bad.
It's the shit abyss.
21.
All right, you're not permanently blind, but you know that something's wrong, and you've got spots in your vision, and you've got this red rash everywhere.
Chagga, I'm dying.
When you don't come down for breakfast one morning, Chagga comes up to I forget which one's Barnabas's bedroom. I think it's that one. Oh, are you all right?
No,
it
I
smells
feel wretched.
It smells horrible in here.
That would be because I have not had the strength to empty my chamber pot. And I might have missed it last night.
Oh, no, you have a power about you.
I can't seem to stop sweating.
What do you want me
And
to
yet
do
I
about
am
it?
still cold.
What do you want me to do about it?
Use your clerical powers. Make me better.
Oh, you're sick. I see. Well, how do I
What,
break
did you
this?
think this was another hangover?
Oh, at first, yes.
Fuck off. It's a world coming to one mate treats another like that.
I hate to break to you, I am not capable of casting a remove disease.
Uh, I need to find.
Perhaps
Get me to.
Junker can. Let me see. Junker! Where are you there, lad? Chagga comes
Fucking
downstairs and you
Justice
guys are
Army, give me a disease.
eating. You're eating leftovers. Junker! Hello, Grakkel. Are you feeling alright?
I'm feeling fine.
Oh, because Barnabus is not, and I think all that black stuff you guys breathed in yesterday got into his lungs. He's broken out into quite a rash.
There's some Nizumi going on, and Junker slides a coin over to Ghost.
Okay.
What do you want to bet?
Junker, can you remove disease as a druid of sorts, or whatever you are? He looks at Junker, then looks at Ghost.
He is the one that gives.
Junker Ghost says he can. He can.
Could you spend some time healing up Barnabus? He's not feeling very well. And, you know, as our fearless leader from the back. Whatever he has does not look good.
Junker's gonna go inspect. Doesn't know where his bedroom is. It is.
It's on the second floor there.
Yeah. Go take a look at the problem.
Yep.
Yep.
Give me
problem.
Give me 2 heal checks.
All right.
He also has the non-standard spell Diagnose Disease. I don't know if he prepares that, but
23 and 13.
okay. You unfortunately don't see the blinding sickness because the red rashes are so bad.
Rash. You speak Nizumi, right?
I do, yeah.
You've got a rash.
I can see it, sort of.
Red rash.
It hurts. And I feel fucking wretched.
What's your strength at right now?
It's 5? Like another day of this, and I'm paralyzed.
You are bedridden and immobile.
I'm gonna be Professor X.
Chagga's
Or
now
Owen.
doing what he can. He's mixing up a nice chicken noodle soup.
We'll take a look tomorrow. He doesn't have the spells prepared.
Oh, damn it!
Do you need another bucket?
Yes, please. And you know what would make me feel so much better? Is another bowl of whiskey. Tom.
Is he a drunk?
He drinks a lot. Mhm.
Okay, then sure.
And irritatingly, for the rest of the day, when he needs something, he ghost sounds like a loud bell to indicate to people, please come.
I can't find the cat named Dog. Is that on this?
I would have thought it would be here.
Is it a character token?
It's a pseudo-familiar type thing. Okay, I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. I gotta take care of something.
Okay. Anyways, it's his mangy cat that hangs around. Alistair keeps to himself, playing with a cauldron and his cat.
Ah. The witchening.
Let me find the token. I think it might have been deleted at some point. There we go. cat named Dog. Hey man, it can shaken people at will.
It's a spooky cat.
Okay, there's nothing really bothering you guys at this point in time. I just checked the calendar. It's in the middle of summer. It's a busy trade season. So yeah, the next morning you can make rolls. First, Ahmed, can you give me 2 fortitude saves for Barnabus?
Sure. Sleep bonus.
Well, roll 2 d20s. We'll get that saved.
Yeah, his fort save is +8.
20 and 24.
Okay, so he's made a save for each of the diseases. Both diseases require 2 consecutive saves.
Okay, can he get a bonus?
This does mean that he gains back 2 strength damage.
Okay, he still has more than 2 strength damage. But
Yep.
Roll again.
I'm not sure.
No, it's part of the effect. So when he fails, there's a bunch of conditions there. So he's not blind yet, so it's not obvious that he's blind. Remove disease, I believe, allows to roll against each of the diseases that's affecting him.
Yep. So,
which is a caster level check versus the DC of the disease, and I think you just roll once.
We whip a remove disease at him. And they all go away.
All right, so Barnabas is free of his malady.
He's still got a bunch of ability damage, but yeah.
Yep, as Junker does good work. Grakkel.
Yes, sir.
You were putting some books away that Barnabas left out because he was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something. Has Grakkel met the Lich?
No.
Okay, there's something odd about this wall. You were putting books away, and then you got a draft from the wall.
Weird. I'll look for a crack.
Okay, the wall's perfect. And you end up sort of running your hand along. Give me a will save. Oh yeah, the +3 will save.
13.
Yeah, the wall's weird. You're feeling where like down below there's a crack. Like there's wind coming through, but there is no crack. It's
strange magics here. Is it? Yeah, I believe it's real. I believe it's real, right?
Yep. You see a moth crawl through the wall and kind of flutter into the room with the books. Give me another save with a +4.
23.
All right, you see through the illusory wall, and there's a doorway, and you can see a bunch of moths fluttering around.
They must not know about this.
You hear the clink of a chain.
There's a secret door here! Danger! I have found something important.
I am not dangerous.
The door speaks!
Okay. Just to be... You're not allowed to say, I'm not dangerous. In the most sinister voice on the goddamn planet.
All right, Grakkel, you're
voice over here. I am not.
I need the wizard!
You're panicking. Ghost kind of gets a sense of what's going on and goes running into the room. Chagga is not in his heavy armor, and he's just got his apron on. He was like making chicken soup for Barnabus or something. Oh, what's Grakkel going on? What's Grakkel going on about? Ghost, you could see Grakkel standing in front of the archway.
Ghost knows about this, right?
Yeah. You've gone 2 levels of training by.
Yeah.
Feelage.
Yeah.
Grakkel found Moth.
Is that your name, Grakkel?
It is intelligent.
I would keep my hand off the sword.
Perhaps you can help me with some of these chains, Grakkel.
Chains are very difficult.
They are keeping me against my will.
You are a prisoner. I have prisoner here behind. Magic. Wow. Where did the wall go?
He's master of house.
Mort comes down.
Very confusing.
Yep.
We truly serve him.
You can see Grakkel's like on edge and
What's your problem?
There's. Do you see the door? Here. You see?
Yeah.
Wood. Not wall. Amazing.
have you been keeping some company from me, Ghost and Mortimer?
No, master. He's not a wizardy type. He's just
He's a
hit.
I'm done with the sword.
Bring
I
him
am
before
best
me.
swordsman.
I wish to gaze upon him.
Oh well, you're bad luck. Get in there.
Alright.
Go on, he's not gonna ask twice. Let's go.
Know who this man is.
Oh, you'll meet him. That's Master Lars. He's
You can call me Malefont the Dread Moth.
Alright, Moth.
no, don't fuck up the guy's name. Trust me on this.
What is it again?
Malefont the Dread Moth. Don't ask me why
Malefont
moths are supposed to
the
be
Dread
scary.
Malefont. Hold on, let
Just
me
get the fuck in there. He's waiting. he's like kicking in the back of the leg, like go.
Are the 3 of you going in?
Yeah. You're gonna get us all in trouble. Get in there.
You can see Grakkel. There is a skeletal humanoid. Oh yeah, it's moving. That is chained to the wall, kind of like manacled to the wall. By the ick, it looks like the man might have died. There are also weird cords, maybe hoses that are going to these 2 urns of this glittering material that are going into the guy's ribcage. And there's just a swarm of horrible-looking moths eating what little tattered wizard robes still cling to his skeletal form.
I think you need the doctor.
His head snaps towards you. Step center. Let me have a look at you.
He looks at these 2 guys. He's like stepping slowly. He looks at Ghost and Mort.
Don't
like-
shake his hand.
So, greetings,
Okay.
Malefont the Dread Moth.
Just these 2 greenish pinpoints of light for eyes follow you as you stand in front. Bow before me.
And Mort's like doing like the.
See if I have a sense motive. I don't think I have much of a sense motive, but I'm gonna do.
Saw your will score.
Of Mort. Of Mort. I do have sense motive. Ooh.
This one is willful.
Mort 8. All right.
The eyes flare a little bit.
I'll do the samurai bow.
Yep. Hobgoblin.
Who are you?
A bit small for a hobgoblin, are you not?
Some would say yes, but most lethal.
are you now?
Hmm. Yes.
Mort comes running in, stumbles, drops the rotten piece of fruit he was eating,
Yep.
picks it up, eats it again. It's true though, Master Malefont. He's pretty good. Spits out a stone.
Do all of the others yet still live? Do they still draw breath?
Yeah. Mind you, I think Barnabus is sick or something. They told me not to go near him because I was, my laughter is infectious. I think it was my laughter.
So you are purveyor of death with your blade.
My blade has been a tool. I kill with my heart, not with my sword. Kill with that sword.
He's got that backwards.
I know, but it's okay.
Yeah, he says weird stuff sometimes, but he kills a lot of things too, so we
A
tolerate it.
new disciple. Yes. Someone to stand in front of the casters.
The casters are weak when they are faced with the blades. That is why I've decided to aid them.
I grow impatient. Will you strike these chains from my hands, Grakkel?
Let me examine them. I have disabled device.
Okay, they are masterwork manacles that are around this man's wrists. They're pretty small because maybe the man wasn't very beefy.
That man needs
Is
some milk.
Mort a ghost doing anything?
Can a blade shatter these? My blade shatter them?
They are like iron or steel, so yes, your blade could shatter them.
I could. If,
Mort's like looking at Ghost, like, I can't say it. Can you say it? Signal to him.
Grakkel's thinking, Mort's here. He could have snapped these with his wrists.
Ghost is.
He could have gone and broken them.
Grakkel doesn't speak does Grakkel, what language do we know what Grakkel speaks? I'm assuming he speaks Goblin.
Goblin and
Nagaji, Draconic, and I have one more language that I didn't pick.
I think we only know that you speak Common and it's
Goblin.
assumed Goblin.
Have we ever spoke Goblin in front of the Dreadnought?
No, he wouldn't have run a lesson in Goblin.
Doesn't mean he doesn't speak it though.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a die and another die.
Grackle is thinking
What
to
do you say in
himself.
Goblin? Like, I know you're trying to disguise it, but what do you...
I'm saying it's no, don't do it, and stop.
Okay.
And he's eyeing up the chains, and, like grabbing his sword.
Malefont doesn't seem to react to you speaking in Goblin. He's still just staring at Grakkel. You may have found a weakness.
How do you know that I speak Goblin, though?
You goddamn
Because you're a goblin.
reincarnated.
Why are you saying stop, don't do it? Before, yeah, I was just thinking, anyone could have broken these. Why the hell? I must consult with wizards. This metal is different than my steel.
This one is obedient. I see.
I
Unless
will
you,
have to look.
Mort, are not mighty enough to break my chains.
Mort bows his head and scuttles away. I'm sorry.
Chains are powerful enough to hold you here. Then you need to train to become more powerful to break them.
Then it is time, now that you have obedient servants of death. to take on the next task.
Oh. What task do you have for me? Hmm?
You must track down one of my companions, the elf.
Enough. This elf looks like has a name of.
Did we give names
There are
to?
many elves.
Did we give names to all of his companions? Who's got the little idols? Is that Barnabus?
Well, I don't think anybody's got them. They're just kind of curios we have in the place.
So party treasure and loot.
Barnabas might have them. Hang on, I'm looking. As in they are
4
written on his
darkwood
sheet.
carvings. One of Belifont, one of Conjurer, 2 others, and one was a warrior-looking type, and the other one was a woman.
Yep.
It is time to hunt her. But she has remained hidden for some time. She knows that for her to step out of her refuge, that I would find her. So Doreen tricks. Keep her hidden. But there is one that knows where she is.
Who is that?
A wizard that once studied under my tutelage. Were it not for this knowledge, I would wring his neck.
Which wizard is this one?
He brought the very chaos to my doorstep that led to this very predicament.
The great Malefont the Red Moth. Fear not. This wizard, you say? The others know where he is or how to find him?
I know where he hides, for he is scared.
Oh, where would we find such a wizard?
He thinks he is a great wizard. Fractured is his power.
Oh,
Were it not for the knowledge of where she is, I would have you kill him, and may still order it at a point in the future.
does he require his hands to tell you this knowledge?
Evil got away with it.
I choked on him off.
Grapple's waiting for an answer. He's dead serious. Like,
No.
that will be his only warning. Then, to cast spells means he would lose them above the elbow.
Get the wizard named Bargle.
Bargle. I have a whiteboard. I'm just writing everything. Bargle, the wizard.
He hides with his minions. in the Mistmere Castle, ruins as they may be.
What kind of wizard is it? Does he have undead?
A
Or does he
foolish
have...
one. He is a charlatan. But more seriously, he is a universalist who thinks that he will master all magics by diluting his specialty.
No. I do not understand, but I understand.
He will know where the Seldorine-worshipping bitch is hiding.
If he was to divulge this information to us, do you still want him, or can we just let him go?
I would prefer him brought before me whole, so that I may strangle him with my very own bony hands. Or perhaps I will touch him and keep him as a living statue to teach him a lesson.
Yes, yes. Revenge for one that has wronged you. I understand.
Yes, you will be rewarded for your obedience, Grakkel. Join the others, protect them as they are weak casters.
Yes, very weak. Worry not.
Go.
He will bow and start.
Ghost is giving you the get the fuck off the stage.
He comes out. He just mouths. What the fuck?
Let's get to the other side. Fuck me, go all fucking that.
Yes, I have all that. What the hell?
What's he snooping around for?
He's putting away the books that were left here, thrown about, all chaotic like. No order.
Putting away books, not snooping around at all. Not looking for leeches in the basement.
I don't. In my own,
Yeah, you kind of fucked us, man.
What are you doing?
Did
Now we got this shit to deal with.
I don't remember anyone here telling Grakkel not to do anything with this guy. And you were there. You said nothing.
I don't know if not to cut off your thumb.
Alright, you have your next lich given quest.
I'm fully waiting to have it translated through the prism of Ahmed. the prism of Grakkel. As Grakkel is now the conveyor of the quest to the nerds.
Yep. Barnabus feeling much
whiteboard.
better as the disease has been given away. You've restored 2 strength damage. As Junker is the one that got rid of the disease. The party begins to collect themselves. Chagga is insistent on feeding you this broth-like soup. It's not bad, it's just not hearty. The party begins to collect themselves around the table, as they often do when a oddly acting Grakkel, Ghost, and Mort come in for the meal.
He comes down, puts his hand on the table. The master has given me a new mission.
Oh, I just realized I'm still at -5 strength because I forgot about the strength damage from his cognatogen.
So you were at 3 strength.
I was at 3 strength. Like, oh,
Sophie.
help me lift the bottle.
It's so heavy, I must drink more so it can...
It gets lighter.
3 strength, you're picking out clothes because of their weight.
Yeah. Coat's a little heavy today.
We have to find Elf, but the one who knows where they are is Wizard.
What are you talking about, Grakkel? Is there something wrong at home?
There is one guy in basement.
It's the guy in your basement.
The Malefont guy.
You've got a Malefont in your basement?
Who the fuck is with this neighborhood and all the Malefonts?
I found him when I was putting away your unorganized library.
So let me get this straight. You find a secret door and think, oh, I might as well just go have a fucking look. It's a wizard tower after all,
I
right?
have yelled many times saying there's speaking door, and then Ghost and Mort say, go in. So,
I ain't telling him to go in.
yes, you did.
I told you to go in because you already knew you were there.
When I yelled that the door was talking.
Isn't it great? We've got a lich in our basement.
Well, it is interesting. Why isn't he just break his flimsy as fuck? As
Because something got fucked up when he was doing his thing to make himself a lich. Now he's fucking stuck there.
Oh yes. However, if he ever, I don't know, got
It's very
loose,
funny.
we'd probably all be dead.
Hmm.
He
Well,
does have a rather deep knowledge about arcana and things. He's been teaching us and giving us things to do.
Well, if knowledge is obtained, as long as, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's evil, but he's pretty harmless inside. I ain't good. I ain't evil, but I ain't good.
Yeah, it's a very delicate balancing act we've been doing here.
Yes. He grabs like a long knife and starts like balancing in his finger. Yes, I see. Very dexterous. Anyway,
What exactly did he say to you? You know, he's been teaching us, well, things. He'll stop teaching us if we don't do the occasional task for him.
well,
And
this task
Chagga
seems
exchanges
quite
a
important.
nervous look with Barnabus.
Yeah, Barnabus is equally nervous, yeah.
He's looking for an elf. He says that he does not know her location now, but one wizard he does know where he is, and he knows where she is.
Okay.
This wizard is Bargle. He's in the Mirror Castle, the Mist.
Bargle? Oh.
He says many minions.
I've met Bargle before.
He would like Bargle brought in front of him.
Bargle is like a wizard from a storybook. He's very full of himself.
Apparently, he intends to have him turn to statue, maybe steal life from him.
I believe Bargle was an apprentice of Belifont.
Yes, him and this elf.
Oh no, the elf woman I think was an old adventuring partner. She might have been a divine caster.
He did not tell me. But he wants Bargle. And then we will know this location of this elf.
Yeah, Bargle's a human. He's fastidious about his garb and look. He's a wizard.
Any idea what circle spells you can cast?
Yeah. If he was an apprentice, I imagine he's not as powerful as Belifont.
He mentioned that he's master of. He's trying to master all the magic.
He's a universalist.
Yes. He said that word.
Yeah, it just means he's not a specialist, is all.
Oh yes, I believe Belifont is definitely a conjurer.
Oh, yeah, given the tower, no doubt.
The Moth said that he has many minions.
Oh, that's not a good start. All right. And Mistmere Castle. What do we know about Mistmere Castle?
It is missed and abandoned.
Knowledge, local knowledge, geography, knowledge, history. One of those.
Knowledge, local's probably my best. I'll take 10 and get 34.
Local. Ooh, hold on. Let me try to aid you.
All right, aid.
Oh, I gotta click there. You are aided.
6 and 2, 38 with my inspiration and aid.
Yeah, there are some kind of like salt marsh, low moorland type area that's outside of the city. It's maybe a 3-day walk. You're pretty sure that there's an old castle out there that is called Mistmere.
Oh, I've heard of the castle.
It is a castle that was erected like around the time when the first settlers came here, or maybe even before. It's now a ruin. Like there's no point in it anymore.
Okay.
It might be there might still be a structure there.
All right.
So it's possible
any
that
idea why this Bargle is living out in the middle of fucking nowhere? As opposed to, say, the university or something like that.
Bargle, he wants people to be impressed by his magic.
All right.
Good year. Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate your support. Good to see you.
Ooh, cool.
And so living in a fucking swamp is going to impress people.
He might have a romantic idea about magic. You know, wizards living in remote locations, like living in towers, having all sorts of wizardly servants.
Oh, all right.
I believe one time he remarked that lowly humanoids are often impressed by great magical displays.
That is not untrue, I suppose.
In that, that all magic should be employed for the betterment of the wizard. Chagga shrugs.
Oh, fucking philosophy lessons.
That's about all
All
I
right.
remember. He was quite dismissive.
Well, if he's got a fair bit of hubris to him, that might work to our advantage. Ah, fuck, I hate leaving the city. I hate it so much. And we almost got killed on a farm, for fuck's sakes. Twice!
Yes, I don't like those things. Mandragoras haunt my dreams.
I don't like fucking cows anymore.
Oh yes, those giant bulls also haunt my dreams. Although sometimes I'm cooking them, so, you know.
Yeah, good sized steaks, not bad.
Moo.
So when are we going on this hunt?
Well,
Mission?
you see, we might have some time to do it. It sounds like a wizard is camping out in this castle thingy.
It doesn't sound like he's going anywhere. We should buy provisions. It'd be nice if I could be allowed enough time to get a little better.
I still would like, you know, our benefactor, Malefont the Dreadmoth, to continue his lessons. He still has things to teach me. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, likewise.
I have no really benefit from him. He mentioned the reward, but we'll see what that is about.
Yes, we've gone on a few of these excursions before. Chagga says, looking at Barnabus, like to maybe fill Grakkel in.
Yeah, we've done this for him before. There is a conjurer in town. We sort of eliminated that particular threat to our beloved undead master.
Yes. Beloved.
On the bright side, if we're in the middle of the swamp, we can make all the noise we want.
That is true.
Perhaps we
If
could
we
just go
try-
and meet with Bargle and ask him for the information.
Yeah, we can ask.
He preferred having him brought here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
he'll-
got a delicious
look,
idea. We could go and give Bargle tribute and hand him los.
Yeah, that's an idea.
I'm not sure if you're joking or not.
Chagga taps Los awake. Ha! He comes out of the fury urn.
You
with
are
sword.
going to put someone's eye out with that thing.
Ha ha! Oh, just eating again. Is that all you guys do? Eat, sleep, and eat.
This is where
Eat
we have
and
our
sleep.
meetings.
We have a new mission brought to us.
You want to be in on the meetings or not?
I want to be in on the missions. For glory
Alright.
and combat.
Yes, but you need to know who you're striking.
Just point me in the right direction.
That way. Just points to the
Okay.
sword.
Los
Straight-
goes running in that direction, and then he just pops out of the urn again a few moments later. There's nothing that way.
I guess you'll have to wait till we get a bit closer.
He just drifts around the room looking at things.
It would have sucked if there was someone there.
Just stabs.
Oh shit.
We're discussing hunting down a wizard. Wizard sounds fun.
Alright, it's not necessarily hunting him down. If he's willing to part with the knowledge without a fight, I've no reason to do what we've been doing. However, yeah, we'll see when we get there.
Well, the minions might not give us option, depending on what kind of minions they are. I was not able to understand from him what he is keeping around as guards. If he's in castle, then he likely has many.
What are the denizens of the salt marshes? We talking like bullywugs or bogards or just swamp people?
The salt marshes aren't big enough to like host like whole tribes or anything like that. At least
So
that
just-
particular area.
So swamp people.
It would be whatever kind of got pushed to the fringes. There could be bandits there. There could be others. You don't know.
Okay, yeah. So probably just a bunch of lawless types seeing a wizard. And like you said, it's not that hard to impress with magic.
With the establishment of the massive port city of Foundry, the point of that castle is long.
Yeah.
You know, the strategic advantage of that castle is long gone away.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably been like the upper portions of the castle. You're starting to think the Imperium tended to use castles as target practice for their cannon fire. Like, there's probably not too much of a castle left there, which is now curious as to like why is a wizard choosing.
Because there was one tower left standing, and that became his wizard tower.
Maybe, yep.
We'll see when we get there what he wants. And, I mean, if we're being completely honest, what he's got. Because wizards in the swamp.
We're gonna rob a wizard. Another wizard.
We didn't say that. But
No, but
yeah,
just
probably.
thinking it.
It's a possibility. You got to be open to possibilities.
What do you think of that, Grakkel? Are you okay with that?
Doing mission? Yeah, sure. What's the problem?
You can feel Alistair staring at you behind his mirror mask.
It's freaking me out. I train in looking at people. This is messed up.
All right, lead the way. It's days away, Luce. We're going to have to prepare. Oh, all the time spent gathering food and places to sleep.
You get to fucking sleep through it, or whatever it is you do in the urn.
I just sort of stand there.
Oh, that
Sometimes
is-
time goes by really quickly. Other times it's pretty damn slow in there.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, fact is, it takes as long as it takes, so you're just hoping it passes by quick, or you're entertained by what we're doing.
Sure. He just no.
Do we have a Rubik's Cube in our giant pile of, like... Can he bond with non-magical items?
No, they have to be magical items.
So we need a magic Rubik's Cube for him to go.
Now, I have divided this here bottle of whiskey into 10 different glasses of whiskey, and I need someone to carry that tray up to my room for me so I can finish it. Without spilling.
Why don't you just sit down here so you could eat some soup?
It's the same thing. Whiskey.
This might be more healthy for you. Your strength is.
Fine.
Perhaps you're
Have
unlucky.
some soup. He pours one of the glasses into the soup and stirs it.
There we go, fortified soup.
Fortified, yes. I'm fucking fortified right now.
Alright, Barnabus shirks any chores of gathering up food and supplies. You're hoping that if it was a castle, there might be a road that leads to it, or at least a trail or something. And it sounds like the Dune family carriage is going to be the method of travel.
Yep.
Um,
Before we leave, though,
Yep.
can Mort, and I'm thinking probably Grakkel as well, find out how much it will cost to have these weapons reforged from abyssal steel?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. How long would it take?
Excellent. You guys don't know where to start. Grakkel
Very
knows
airy.
that there is a hobgoblin arms dealer runs a weapon shop that is in the Old Stacks neighborhood.
What about our guy in, not fairies, for God's sakes, Sylvan Acres?
Yeah, the crafter that was provided to you by Nighthorn doesn't do weapons and armor.
Oh, right, yes.
He does wondrous items and maybe some other things. Okay, so
We'll see the hub then, yeah.
is it just Grakkel and Mort going?
I think so, unless Chagga wants to reforge his pick.
No, I think Chagga is pretty happy with his pick. When he
would
gets some
imagine,
money,
yeah.
he'll put a +1 on that pick and hand in his other pick. Actually, Chagga will go.
Okay.
Adam, do you want to bring the rogues?
They can take along. I did have an internet hiccup, and I can't reconnect to map pools, so we're playing of the mind. I don't know why.
That's fine. I think there's a couple more scenes.
Yeah, I don't think there's any fights coming up.
Is I can connect to other people's servers. I've dropped in on them. I just can't connect to yours. So
Weird.
yeah,
There are no errors on my end.
this is the strangest.
Once you get an error on map tools, there are clogged tubes basically that either a reboot of map tools or reboot of the machine clears.
Map tools reboot.
Yeah, your networking is
there, but I might be like, I can't see.
It's just a series of tubes, man. All right. Yeah, you guys go to you guys go to this hobgoblin merchant. I think I already have a token for him.
Yes. He's got tattoos and piercings and things.
Yep. The hobgoblin arsenal. I don't even remember what his name is. He is under shops and markets.
The older version had this.
Oh, if we scroll down, there's the tokens. Hobgoblin's arsenal.
It's the corner wall house.
Luznod Volza is his name.
Yeah.
Just save his token to the desktop and I'll drag it in.
I have a quick question for Ahmed. Is Grakkel tiny on purpose? Like little baby hobgoblin?
Is he what, sorry?
He's very, very short.
The Grakkel?
Yeah. Was that like is supposed to
It should be like
he's below.
no, hobgoblins. Oh no, I remember. This is average hobgoblin height.
I think that might be starting height.
That is starting height before rolling dice. So that
Yes.
that is the minimum height for a female hobgoblin.
Let's do like 5 foot.
Yeah, but his strength is 10 and his dex 20. He's a small hobgoblin.
He's little. He's just little.
We'll do 5 foot. Do 5'4". There you go.
That's fine. You walk into his shop. There's an array of like big and clunky weapons. You know Luznod Grakkel.
Mm-hmm.
By the blood of the father, he says when you come in.
Luznod, this is good to see you.
The traditional exchange is by the blood of the mother. Back.
By the blood of the mother.
He nods. You think they're making reference to, in a roundabout way, like certain really old hobgoblin or goblinoid gods, but it's sort of disguised to the point where it's like almost just a greeting. He comes forward. He doesn't discriminate against those that have coin. And what can I do you for today?
We have some.
Your blade is not broken, I hope.
No, it is fine. Fine the day you crafted it.
We found this shit.
Yes, these are my friends. We have some new weapons we would like to craft into new material.
Granimir's kin, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So you just slapped a weapon down onto a countertop or
These
something?
are, I believe they are saying green steel. I would like to forge this axe to...
No, it's abyssal steel.
or abyssal steel, they
This
say,
is
yes.
not green steel. This is...
Yeah.
He picks up the axe.
Will you be able to make this into... He pulls out his own katana, something like this. Then transfer the magic.
There's no magic.
I have a magic.
Oh.
He looks at your blade. Is it just a +1 katana? Transferring runes of that power is a waste of time.
You will just make a new one.
Yes.
Then what would be cost for you?
Abyssal steel is flaky. It's brittle.
So you can't work it?
You can work it, but you need flames that are very hot.
But if anyone can do it, I know you can. You've never let me down.
I do not have an industrial forge here. I've got a shop with weapons in it, and then I know people. How quick do you need it done? I could have it shipped to a very hot place, and it could be done in a couple of months.
Come on.
We were thinking days.
Rush job, huh?
Well, hang on. How much is a rush job gonna cost?
I don't know. He comes in here every once in a while, but I know an industrial forge that has been rekindled. I don't think he's gonna ask too many questions.
What would the cost be for such a thing?
For you, Grakkel, I will give you this information, but these people are dangerous.
We are not threat to them, and we are quite dangerous ourselves.
To be fair, we're a threat to anybody's got cool shit.
You've heard of the monster golem?
I have heard the rumors.
He's a war machine and wanders around the old stacks, punching people.
Yes, amusing.
Apparently he and his friends have got one of the industrial forges back and running. It might be hard enough for this. He's been bending metal, making himself new armor.
He sounds like the one I should...
Well, he doesn't act it all the time. I think underneath all that metal, there's the stink of dwarf.
Dwarves are also good at crafting weapons. Interesting.
If things go well, tell him that I sent you. If
That
things
will do.
If things don't go well, don't tell him anything.
Yes, of course. By the blood of the father.
You might be able to bend the metal for you.
Junker's rummaging through his garbage bin.
There's a tasty oil rag.
Yeah, an oil rag and an apple core. He's like, yeah, score. Oh yes, interesting. Does this metal man have a name? They call him Slake.
Salik. I will look for him.
He looks at Mortimer. They live in the factory right across from your uncle's place. Is Grammar your uncle or?
Yeah, he's his uncle.
Right across.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, he says they're good for business, but they're jerks.
He looks around at all of you.
We got the waste bin with like what?
Appreciate this. We will. If things go well, I will definitely let them know that you are the one who brought business.
Are you looking to sell either of those? If you are, I'd be willing to buy it.
This one I will convert. He looks at the others.
No, I'm getting mine made into something pretty.
Yeah, thank you then. Does the greeting go like greeting there and back? Like hello and goodbye kind of thing?
Sure.
By the blood of the father.
The blood of the mother.
Okay. Which map are we on, by the way?
I just zoomed in on Belifont Tower.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we go to the to the Steelrose Mill.
I'm just gonna go to the conversation layer.
Who are we currently killing?
Oh, sure, these assholes, they're here to kill us. Kill them first.
Pulling a boat out into the middle of the bay, or we might be dealing with some of the gang issues.
No, I know exactly what's going on.
Scoey smear.
I totally forgot about this event. Glad I looked at the calendar. I'm on the conversation layer. All right. Just because Junker and Ghost are Junker and Ghost, they kind of trailed behind a little bit. They were like Junker was on the hunt for garbage to fill his garbage bag so that he can, use his pollution powers. Grakkel, Mort, and Chagga were just chatting idly when you realize that the neighborhood has all sorts of people knocking on doors, dragging people out of their homes, and there are officials coming to and fro, and you are all confronted in the streets by gun-wielding soldiers that demand to know who you are, that want to see your papers, and want to know where you live.
Oh, I think the rats are scuttling into the sewers.
Okay, Junker and Ghost look around, and we'll say it's a DC 22 stealth check to go jumping into the sewers without being spotted. However, Grakkel, Mort, and Chagga are a little more conspicuous. A little more noticeable.
$32 and
Pulled that off in my sleep. Kind of.
36.
Okay, the Ghost and Junker are watching from the sewers as it looks like people are adhering to something called the Imperial Census.
Big time in a bitch.
They ask who you are. You go through some questioning. You guys all have your papers, right? Like none of you have any reason why you wouldn't have papers.
Yep.
No, none of us.
It being a
Mort doesn't, but Mort's are like stained and filled with questionable stains. Let's just say.
They give Grakkel a bit of a hard time, but it's almost like they give him a hard time because he's a hobgoblin, but he has his papers and there's lots to do, and then they stop.
He's aware. He's used to it.
And they do. They kind of like give you a hard time about what are you doing in this neighborhood, and you said you were out shopping, and luckily the interrogation goes by, and you basically are counted amongst the Imperial Census. Mortimer, your actual proper place of residence is Granimir's shop. Like Granimir lives there, and you technically also live there, but you, after breaking too many things, he kind of kicked you out and only calls upon you when he needs like heavy things moved and a bit of guard work, basically.
Okay.
So technically, like you're in the right neighborhood, you're at the right shop. They a mutter of derision underneath the guard's breath about dirty Spriggan or something like that.
Oh, he's going on the list. Do I get his name?
Sure.
I'll ask his name.
You know it's Sergeant Grapes.
Sergeant Grapes.
Does he wear a different dress shirt or different suit every time he comes to work?
Right.
Gonna be summer grapes for Sergeant Grapes.
So,
as they're writing stuff down, he starts writing stuff
writing these things down in this dirty book. Yeah, you get counted. They've got so much to do. Chagga has to explain to them that he has moved residence from the Dune residence to the Belifont Tower, and they make note of that. They don't seem as interested in Chagga because he's not originally a resident. They also seem to walk on eggshells around Chagga when they find out that he's a Dune. But apparently Chagga doesn't say the right things. Like there might have been an opportunity for him to say the right things. And they do carefully make note of where he's residing and effectively count him in the Imperial Census. This holds up. This is homebrew. 100 Years Bore. However, the Get Bargle plot thing is a second ed Gary Gygax's mini module that Jason Bullman, now the product guy for Paizo, a while back rebuilt for 3.5. I looked at it as a quick module, like a mini dungeon kind of thing, and went, with Marty tweaks, I could make this more interesting, or fit the campaign. So I think it's called Kill Bargle, and it was in a dungeon magazine during 3.5 time. So it's a weird. The word Bargle has been around since Gary Gygax's time. So
It's got that ring to it.
yeah. It's because there were a couple of cool maps, and I'm like, yeah, that guy looks like he needs to get punched in the face. So, and then when I read the module, there were a couple of like little details that were just details in the module that weren't really plot relevant. Where I went, oh, here's where I can expand. So I sometimes use. There's a plethora of gaming aids and mini modules and plots and things like that across 40 some years of the hobby that you should cut corners and use. But the campaign world is definitely homebrew, and our rule set is basically homebrew at this point. But the Imperial Census and all that stuff, that is completely that is not scripted in some module somewhere. Grakkel, Mort, and Chagga are counted by the Imperial Census. Once you're counted, you go to the Steelrose Mill, and you can see a bunch of the Fae standing out front. You don't see this heavily armed or armored man. Late afternoon turns to evening when finally the census guards and everything kind of roll over the neighborhood, and the Fae had all gone back inside.
What a bunch of jerks.
This is longer than usual, but I have experienced this most of the time.
Popping out of a sewer near you guys after everyone came are kind of a wet-looking pair, Ghost and Junker.
There you are.
Suckers.
Yeah.
Oh, they seem to be nice. It's good to count what you own now and then.
They don't own me. Mort's his own man.
Oh, you're a resident.
Yeah, sort of.
They did call me citizen because, well, I'm a citizen of the Imperium. Not to brag. He realizes he's outnumbered. Don't worry. We look after our residents.
Oh, do you now?
It is a whole ton of horse shit. But it is what it is.
Let's go. Let's talk to this Slake guy.
Let's get our business done.
Okay.
If he doesn't give us what we want, oh boy. He has no idea.
The party stands outside standing in the street outside the Steelrose Mill, and you can see that there is a Minotaur smoking a pipe standing outside.
Okay.
It's a good thing Barnabus isn't here. The cow.
There's one that looks like he resides here. Let's talk to him.
Because he was around for the census.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we're doing character development of the people we left die.
This is where we find out he had hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
And an estranged child he hoped to one day reunite with.
Exactly. I was trying to think of it. It's not a kid. It would be a calf.
Yeah, calf.
Hello, greetings.
He nods. You get counted.
Yes,